YouTube, how we doing? It is PPS here, YouTube play of the daytime. We're back and ready to hopefully cash a couple more tickets with you guys today. Coming off of a weird slate, coming off of a weird show last time out. The only reason I say that is um, we had a 1-1 and our long shot. I'm going to have to figure out what the number was because I think 4 teams tied with Boston with 12. Uh, but let's get to it a little bit. We had, that was last one. Rogers, no win, cashed. Colin Rea had one of those innings, man. He was kind of rolling, looked pretty good at 68, 70 pitches through 5 innings. Goes out for the sixth. 60-mile-an-hour blue pit, Rowdy, 68, I think, 75-mile-an-hour rollover through the hole. Then we have a nice ground ball miscue by our third baseman because Ortiz is out, and 6 runs end up scoring that inning. So unfortunate. Obviously, that's baseball, though. I'm not gonna. There's nothing around that. It's obviously baseball and how it goes sometimes. But yeah, really frustrating one there. Rangers crush. Made us sweat a little bit more than I would have liked to, but it was 4-4 going into the eighth. If Adolis didn't hit that homer, I expected him to score in extras, but felt good about that one. And then obviously we had Boston Cash. I play both of these for half unit plays, so I have to split that into 4. I think it ends up being it's like a little bit over a unit, a little bit, because I only play those for quarters, right? Because it's half unit total on those. When I split those, I make them into quarters, so it's a little bit over it's like 0.75 or something like that. So I'll update all of that numbers just because math. Not the guy out here trying to do the most math. So I'm gonna roughly estimate about a 0.2 unit day there, which would be because we obviously got juice on the other one that we lost. So we're heading into today. I like this slates. I like these slates that split. I do like these split slates a little bit more than most because kind of gives you the opportunity to lock in here. So first play I'm going to have is Gore under 6.5 strikeouts, and then Gausman with Luis Medina there. Let's start out with Mackenzie Gore. I'm going to be playing under 6.5 Ks here, minus 135. A little more juice than I like to play on a regular straight bet, but FanDuel's minus 148. I thought this would be 5.5, even money, something like that. But I really like the spot for the Mets. Obviously, didn't do much against Corbin. They did turn it up against the bullpen and win yesterday. I just like this lineup. It is a lot deeper than I expected it to be. Francisco Alvarez stretches that lineup out a lot, especially with how bad the catching position has been for the Mets lately. But, I mean, there's a lot of pop here. Mackenzie Gore, obviously, today is going to be in New York. He has not thrown that many innings outside of Nationals Park. His last, let's go, seven outings. One of them was on the road, and he did not hit. He had 1 strikeout against the Padres. Obviously, I'm not relating the Padres to the Mets, but it's just that's a long time to be at home for almost every single start. He's had 2 matchups with the Mets in the last month and a half. One of them he crushed, had 8 strikeouts, 5 2/3, one run. You go back about a month, he got absolutely walloped. So Mets, 4th best team in OPS against lefties, go into the strikeout rate about 23% as a team so far this year against lefties. I really like this spot for the Mets. I don't like that Gore is walking more guys this year. If you want to look at just a little bit more in-depth numbers, he's walking 9% of lefties, 8% of righties. xFIP and FIP obviously look great. Obviously a little bit more unlucky in terms of the BABIP, but when you look at some of these righties, it's going to be tough because Lindor is fantastic against left-handed pitching. Obviously Alonso in there, Vientos has been awesome. There are strikeouts in this lineup, but overall as a team, they're not a heavy strikeout team. They do have guys like Jeff McNeil who won't strike out, Brandon Nimmo who are tough to strike out. Just kind of those guys that mix in that you're just not going to get a K against them. So I really like this under 6.5, minus 135. I know it's a little juicy, but I thought it would be like minus 160, and then it would be like minus 110 plus money on the under 5.5. But I'll take this and run with it. So I like this spot. Heading over here, we'll talk about Luis Medina. He has an outs prop of 14.5. I don't even think he gets through 5 innings. The Red Sox should just wallop this dude. Coming off of yesterday, just getting JP Sears, man. I don't like him on the road, but the Red Sox can't hit lefties. It is rough. So that's obviously one that I like. You got Tanner Houck on the other side too, which I'm gonna give the slight lean to Tanner Houck in this one, especially in Boston. Dude, the hitting conditions there have been crazy. A 10 total in that game is wild, man. So heading over to Mr. Kevin Gausman. Home road splits. Absurd. 50 innings on the road so far this year. He has a 2.3 ERA. You heard me right. He has a 2.3 ERA on the road this year. A lot of the times with these Blue Jays dudes, they are very, very good at home and worse on the road. Gausman is 5 runs better. His ERA is 5 runs better on the road so far this year. 206 batting average allowed. Fantastic numbers on the road. 3.35 xFIP. At home, he has gotten a little bit unlucky with a 378 batting average on balls in play. So a little bit unlucky there, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about how good he has been on the road. Now you have like the best park upgrade ever, and you're going to San Francisco. I really like this spot for Kevin Gausman, not only just because of that, but because, the Giants, they're just like an average lineup. Just like an overall average lineup. And the thing with me is I really like that Kevin Gausman gets lefties out. Like he's pretty good against lefties, man. He's been good against lefties his whole career. 22% K rate. Batting average on balls in play is very high. Left on base is very high. Obviously, the start of the year didn't help when he was just getting blown up in multiple starts to start the year. But lately, I am more than willing to go to Kevin Gausman, especially with the park upgrade that we're going to get. And, he can miss bats. That's one of the other things that I do like with this team with Kevin Gausman is, yeah, he was sucking at the beginning of the year, but he continues to miss bats. You saw the 10 strikeout upside that he had against Seattle. Two runs there allowed. My biggest issue with him has been the home run ball, right? He's given up, when he went against Seattle, didn't give up any, but the month of June, he gave up 9 homers in 36 innings, and that's a killer, right? That's going to just destroy these earned run numbers. But when you get to pop over and you get to look at these numbers, this is the best park ever to be giving up those fly balls. So I think this is a great spot for Kevin Gausman. I love him today. And if I get a chance to in DFS, I do want to get him in my lineups because I do really like Kevin Gausman on the spot today. So Medina, no win. Gausman under 2.5 earned runs. And we got Mackenzie Gore under 6.5 Ks at minus 135. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Back tomorrow, past the prop, ready to roll. Appreciate all your guys' support. As always, hit that like button on the way out. And we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, guys. Best of luck today.